Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another game of the Indy Gaming League Summer Circuit 2020. On this Thursday evening, we are going to have a 2v2 matchup in the Tier 7 Division 7 matchup of NABAC versus Opakue FC. I hope I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, please yell at me in chat. I will probably continue to still say it incorrectly, but please feel free to send me a message and let me know that that's not how you say it. Tonight, as mentioned, this is going to be a Week 2 matchup of a 2v2 circuit here in the Indy Gaming League. I have sent out the information about the Indy Gaming League in chat. If you want to know more about it, please check it out. Check out the website, check out the Discord. I'm one of the community casters for Rocket League, but there are community casters for many other games, including Apex and Smash Brothers and Quantum League. So if there are other games out there that you are interested in checking out, whether you play them or not, feel free to hit up the community casters, figure out when they're streaming these games, and check out those people. It's an awesome community. I am extremely excited to be one of the community casters specifically for Rocket League here within the Indie Gaming League. But on to tonight. Tonight it is a 2v2 matchup. You see there on the records, NABAC coming in with an 0-1 record, while the Opakue FC's 2's division coming in with a 2-0 record. This is a Week 2 matchup. I don't know if that's a mix-up on BAM word, pronounced just like opaque. Got it! Opaque. Thank you, brother. Alright, coming in with a 2-0 record here tonight. So, we will see if NABAC can get their first win of the night. We did see on, I believe it was Tuesday, NABAC was here on our 3v3 matchup against, if I could find... Yeah, there it is. They were against Pocket Rocket Whoops. So they were on here with a 3v3 matchup, and if memory serves me correctly, they did get that win against Pocket Rocket Whoops. So we will be seeing the same members tonight. It appears that C-Dems and Italian were the two that played last week. So we'll see if those two stay the same, as Bonatelli was on their 3v3 lineup as well. And we did get to call them. On Opaque, this is going to be the first time that we are seeing them. We see Bamward and Jordy D coming in with 3.44 goals per match. And meanwhile, less than a save combined between the two. That leads me to believe that they are going to have an impressive offense and make sure that the ball does not get down on their end and play a little bit more defensively and just continue to break down the defense that you see. We'll see from NABAC tonight, from as they have just joined C-Dems and Italian. On the flip side, those two, you're seeing almost 2 saves per game in their first matchup, and just at 2 goals per game. So they clearly had a close game or a close series last week, but many more saves compared to what Opaque has. See if they can't turn things around a little bit, break out of their own half, and then get into some transition offense, which we saw them do against Pocket Rocket Whoops in their 3v3 matchup earlier this week. As obviously, NABAC has joined up. The lobby information has been sent out to the teams. This match is slated to start at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, and there we have Opaque joining up. So we should be getting ready to go as soon as the teams join up on their sides, and there it is. Jordy D, Bamward for Opaque versus C-Dems and Italian. we just saw Bamward set up. That's awesome. You got a dapper little outfit. I'm going to go ahead and remove these for you guys, as I forgot to do that earlier. But Bamward and Jordy D with the dapper outfits. Got the top hat with the tuxedo on the Octane. If nothing else, they get the best dressed right here. And Bamward getting the best of NABAC's defense right off the start, hitting the top crossbar and down and in just over the defender, getting the 1-0 goal here 20 seconds in to game number 1. Now this is a best of 5 series, so regardless of what happens, as Italian sticks it off the back wall, tries to get it to C-Dims, who's unable to get it in as it gets cleared across. So regardless of what happens here in game number 1, we will have at least 2 more games to play. As now Bamward and C-Dims are rushing down. Bamward does get down there in time using all his boosts as it kicks off the wall. C-Dims rushing back to get it, just taking possession here. This is a Tier 7 matchup, so you are going to see players that are around the low to mid platinum ranking. If you are familiar with the ranking system of Rocket League. So we'll see how they fare as far as trying not to make too many mistakes and getting some infield passes across to their teammates and breaking down that defense. As we see a miss right there, unfortunately, by Italian, as Jordy D doesn't think that was too unfortunate at all and ends up slicing it in for the goal. You see Italian just going up for it as Jordy D coming in, flying at the end, able to get the 2-0 goal advantage just 60 seconds, or just 70 seconds in to game number 1. A little bit of double commit there on the kickoff by NABAC that allows Bamward to kick it out, but didn't have any boost to follow. Had to make a quick detour, get that side boost. Now going to try to run it around, but C-Dims able to be right there and just pinch it out back into the corner. Here's exactly what I was talking about. Bamward and Jordy D just sitting there at midfield, if not at their own end. If anything gets cleared towards them, they just fire it right back and just not allowing any shots coming in from NABAC. NABAC had that one opportunity where Italian fired it off the wall back to C-Dims, but it was turned away very quickly. Beyond that, the offense and the ball and the possession has just been in Opaque's way, or Opaque's favor the entire time. Bamward cutting off C-Dims, ends up firing it towards the net, but Italian right there for the save. Does get demoed for his trebles though, and then fires it back over to the side for C-Dims. Going to end up following it with a very low boost, now at 0 boost as Bamward sends it over to teammate, but Jordy D ends up missing it. C-Dims didn't have his crystal ball working, didn't expect that miss, didn't go for a shot as the ball gets sent all the way across. Bamward just trying to pick up some boost. The corner boost does spawn for him, allowing him to pick up some boost, but C-Dims all the way back, sending it back towards mid-pitch. There's Jordy D right back into the corner. Italian picks it off. C-Dims going for a bump, ends up just flipping right by the defender though. And picking up the ball around the corner, faking out Bamward. Well played, C-Dims. We are going to watch this from his perspective once again. Just the little fake there to the side. Bamward thinking that a shot's going to come, goes flying on by. And C-Dims takes advantage of it, cutting that lead in half. 2-1 now. Opaque. Jordy now sizing up the defense, slowing it down. Ends up misreading there off the corner, using most of his boost to do that. Gonna rotate on out. Bamward flying up high to make sure that ball doesn't get down to his half, but picked right back up by Italian, who then gets the bump and then gets the flick, but Jordy D is there for the save. Comes on all around. Italian flips it over to C-Dims, but challenged strong there by Bamward, who's now going to go up for the shot. Ends up rolling just underneath the ball. Jordy D sitting way back. End up picking up the boost. Fired it back in the corner. Gets a pinch off the corner. Going to go for the shot. It goes inside that near post and in. Jordy D sneaking in another goal here. As he gets it by the first guy, C-Dims going up for it and flipping, but just too far away from it. And Jordy D kicking it off the side of the car. Able to just kiss that inside post and in for the 2-goal advantage. Minute 21 left to play, 2-goal advantage for Opaque, but Italian just tries to get it off the inside post as well. Ends up kicking off for Jordy D and out. Good defensive play there by Jordy. Bamward trying to get some transition offense is cut off by Italian, who then loops back around and clears it on down into the orange half. Gonna try to get a pass down into C-Dims. Ends up getting intercepted by Jordy D, and Bamward goes across to pick it up. Leaves a boost there for his teammate. Gonna pick up the side boost. C-Dims and Italian both down here waiting for the ball. Ends up getting cleared by C-Dims, who completely runs out of boost. just trying to get the ball, any kind of momentum on it to round around, to get around to a teammate. Ends up stealing the corner boost, but Bamward still plenty of boost. Jordy D sitting in net. Bamward going to go ahead and pick up that corner boost as well. It's just back and forth he goes. C-Dibs ends up putting a shot on net. Bamward there for the save. Is now going to take a shot himself. C-Dibs going to have to rush back. He goes off the top bar and out though. Just too high. Jordy D sits back in net. There's 12 seconds left. There's absolutely no reason to go anywhere. Time is on Opaque's side. Bamward just running around like a madman, picking up all the boost, and with the clock expiring, when the ball hits the ground, Opaque here is going to take game number 1, 3-1. Just as it was highlighted, and you see the synchronicity there, the after-game celebration with the win. But just as we were talking about pregame, Opaque having that oppressive offensive, just again and again and again and again and again, making it down there. But yet we saw the 2 saves by him. Neither one of them were really threatening per se, as they just had possession of the ball the vast majority of this game and end up breaking down NABAC's defense, getting those goals. Just waiting on the opposition to make a mistake. So we're going to get right here into game number 2. We'll see if NABAC can break out of their own half, maybe get a demo or two, maybe get a booming clear, and be able to pick up some boost pads on their way down and get some transition offenses. We saw the one goal that they had was on the transition and a great fake to be able to fake out that defender and get a nice clean open shot at the net. And it's just a matter of breaking out as now a shot comes on net by Bamward, and C-Dibs kicks it up high but just under the top bar and ends up going in off of his car. Bamward yet again, 13 seconds in, and Opaque has the lead. That was super close for C-Dibs to be able to save that. Just popped it a tad too late. And now Italian is using C-Dibs to get the goal, and it works! The pool shot! The team pool shot! C-Dibs stalls it here. Italian coming flying in and hits his teammate through the ball. Pool shot. Well played, NABAC, to tie this game back up. 16 seconds in, we already have 2 goals scored. What a flurry we've already had. Jordy gets a nice first touches towards the net. Italian's going to have to save that, and it just floats on in. Italian getting hung up, getting stuck here on the ball cam, whether to go or whether or not it's going to be high, is it? And it just falls center net. Unfortunate for Italian waiting on that, but 2-1, 28 seconds in. Opaque FC. Italian's going to put a shot on net. It goes just off the near post, but it's bouncing out for C-Dibs, who's back getting post, sizing up the defense. Italian's just sitting there being annoying, ends up getting in the way of Jordy D, that just hits the top bar and out again for NABAC. That is 2 rough breaks for NABAC. They had some great opportunities, and now Bamward's going to do some great dribbling, get around the defenders, and get goal number 3. As he gets it by C-Dibs, and then just stops in front of the ball and pops it over the next defender, be able to put it on in with a vacant goal. 3-1, Opaque FC. Bamward gets the hat trick just like that. The kickoff. Bamward getting it through Italian, and the ball just slowly dribbling down. C-Dibs, I think, thought it was going to hit off that top crossbar, maybe on the backboard, and bounce out, ready to catch it and pick it up. And once again, an unfortunate break for NABAC. It just falls right on in and gives another goal to Opaque, because this was going to do the same. I think Opaque has found the Achilles heel for NABAC. Just popped the ball, just a slow drifter, just one that just drops right underneath that top crossbar, has been the kryptonite so far here in game number 2 for NABAC. Not sure if it's going to hit that backboard or drop in, and every single one of them for Opakue has dropped in so far. Jordy D getting it past both defenders. Does he have enough boost to get to it? He does, and it gets it past Italian with a slow hit. Italian thinking it's going to fire it at the net. Ends up just getting the slightest of touches as Italian goes flying and the ball dribbling in for goal number 6 for Opakue. They have turned on the Jets and just absolutely goal after goal, touch after touch. It's just, I should probably check to make sure that they're not playing Heat Seeker at the rate that they're going so far. Italian going to throw it off the backboard, see if they can't get a double touch. Jordy kicks it out towards mid. Picks it up, goes for the side boost, but it's not there. Still has 32 boost. Going to try to get it off the back wall yet again. As Jordy D kicks it back to Bamward. Kicks it hard off that corner. C-Dems with a good challenge, though. Waiting on Italian. Italian kicks it off the sidewall. Goes over Bamward. But then a good challenge there by Jordy. Goes all the way down to the blue half. That looks like it's on net as well. And Italian with an unfortunate touch. It kicked off this car sideways instead of out. And that's going to go in for goal number 7 for Opakue. You see Italian with 45 boost here. Tries to go up and go for it. But it just kicked off the side of his car. And kicks in for goal number 7. Bamward going down there. Ends up getting the demo. And that's going to leave an open net. But C-Dems comes in. Gets the bump. And makes sure that nobody comes in for the goal. Italian, after getting demoed, there to pick it up. Bamward off the back wall. C-Dems chase him down, trying to get a demo. Make sure this turns into a 2v1 advantage. Any kind of advantage to get for NABAC. They're looking for it at this point. Bamward winning the 50-50 against C-Dems. Goes all the way back to Italian, who kicks it hard off the back wall. This could be a shot for Jordy. Just a little too soft, though. As Italian able to get back, pick it up. C-Dems takes it off his hands. And it gets kicked all the way across the pitch. Jordy beating Italian there. It's going to go off the back wall. It's going to be a pass for Bamward. Bamward having to get a cut. He does get that nice cut, but just a little weak. It was a nice and easy save there by C-Dems. Going to try and get a pass for Italian. No, takes it himself, but challenged by Jordy. Italian trying to pick up the side boost. Ends up going to Jordy D there, which means Italian's going to have a tough time getting back. It's now going to be up to C-Dems to get the save, who ends up going over everybody and tries to get a shot, but it goes way wide. Italian now picking up the side boost, going to carry this around the wall, goes over to C-Dems, and everybody ends up missing it. Italian has a chance to get around and get a pass back to C-Dems yet again, and does. And C-Dems getting the bicycle kick, but yet again, wide. Bamward is going to carry this up out of boost, going to pick up the corner boost there and get a pass around to Jordy D, who's slow following, ends up trying to fire it towards the net. Now Italian with 0 boost, ends up just passing to Bamward, who's going to get another shot on net, but a great block there by C-Dems. Kicks it over into the corner. C-Dems with a pass over to Italian, who hits it just wide yet again. It has been super close for NABAC, but they just haven't been able to convert on the opportunities that they have. Here's another one as a pass goes across the box to Italian, but had his car turned the wrong way and just kicks on out. Now Bamward has an open net, but looks like he sent it just too far to the outside. And with 15 seconds left, Jordy D just kind of firing the net and backing off, as they don't need to do anything else. This game number 2 is, after the first minute, has been absolutely owned by Opakue. Italian trying to get a shot there at the end, doesn't go through, and Opakue taking game number 2 with a score of 7-1. Just an absolute flurry. It seemed like no matter when Opakue was touching the ball, it was just going at NABAC's net and just going in. Like they could do no wrong. Every little touch just floated off the kickoff even. Kicks off the wall and just floats directly under that top crossbar and in. Meanwhile, NABAC having plenty of opportunities, just weren't getting those breaks. Kicking it just too far off the near post or just all the way across to the far post. If they can dial it in just a little bit, that game could have been a whole lot closer. So yeah, it looked lopsided, and the scoreline said that, but NABAC, after game number 1 was super close, and they had a lot of opportunities, just a couple more saves in game number 2, and 1 or 2 more of those conversions, and that would have been the script completely flipped. But nevertheless, we are here into game number 3 with Opakue FC looking to clinch the sweep right here, right now. This is a best of 5 where NABAC going to try to get the reverse sweep going. The ball kicked all the way across the box there for NABAC. Bamward just going back and forth, going to try to get another pass over to Jordy D. C-Dim's doing a great job clearing it out, using all the boost, but does pick up the side boost, and now bumping Jordy D off the ball. This is turning to a 2v1 here. C-Dim's winning the 50-50 with Bamward, is now going to go for a bump at Jordy D. Good job avoiding that demo and getting the ball away from his net, as now it's an open net for him. Fires it, but just didn't get enough of a cut. It's now going up, gets the bump on one, but C-Dims does clear it out towards mid-pitch. Bamward trying to make sure this ball stays down here on the blue side. Does not yet again. As we see a little bit of a bumping there going from C-Dims and Italian. Doesn't want the ball to go down to the orange half, but C-Dims carrying it on down. Gets it past Jordy D. Bamward easily able to read it. Italian getting a bicycle kick, throws it towards the net. Jordy D doing a good job of being in the right place at the right time. Able to just carry it across the box and making sure there's no shot opportunity for NABAC. But now, yet again, the ball is bouncing just in front of the net. Italian going for the shot. Doesn't get enough of it, but it ends up faking everybody out, and C-Dims walks it in for the 1-0 goal. NABAC taking the lead. Italian not getting enough of what he wanted, but it working out as both Bamward and Jordy D just go flying across the screen. And C-Dims just getting the nice little tap to make sure it ball goes to his home and giving NABAC that 1-0 lead. Bamward trying to get it right back now. Gets the demo, but the transition goes right back to NABAC's side. As C-Dims fires it towards the backboard, Italian going to go up for his shot. Jordy D with a good challenge, ends up getting the save, and now it's right back on the transition offense, sends it all the way over to the corner, gives Italian plenty of time to get back as C-Dims got the demo on Bamward. So now it's just Jordy D down here, trying to take a little bit of boost, and Bamward has made his way back down after the demo. Jordy trying to get the nice cut and then pick up the boost, ends up just getting the boost, but Bamward had already rotated back in net. Right there as C-Dims stealing the boost away, trying to get that beauty cut, ends up just driving past the ball. A nice 50-50 win by Jordy D. And now we see NABAC trying to hold on to that lead. It's 1-0 at this point. Just saw Opakue score 7 goals in the prior game, but so far being snuffed on that scoreline, as NABAC doing a fantastic job of maintaining offense, and anytime the balls come down here onto their side, just being able to clear it out and just carry the ball down with them, not even necessarily needing a booming clear, but just picking it up and taking it down with them along the wall and winning a challenge just like that. That's going to kick towards the net. It's not going to make it quite in. It's going to kick high and all the way across. Bamward out of boost. And C-Dims with a great steal there. Bamward is still out of boost, and this is up to Jordy D. Kicks it just off the backside of his car and off the post it out. Italian able to force it through the defender and get the second goal of the game for NABAC. As Jordy D did get a touch on it, but Italian able to just force it on through as the boost steals coming in clutch for NABAC. Opakue not able to get back into the position that they wanted and use the boost to get the clear that was necessary. But now the ball bounces out, but then ends up being an unfortunate touch by Opakue as the ball's now dribbling down to their side. C-Dems and Italian on low boost, unable to pick it up, and now it's an open net for Bamward. Taking the time, making sure he's not going to pick it up, but it pays costly. As C-Dems able to get back in time. Italian and Jordy now going at it. Jordy booming it on down back to NABAC side. The C-Dems. Bamward. Back into the corner it goes. We're coming up on 70 seconds left to play. Opaque with 0 goals this game. Italian gets it across the backs towards C-Dems. He tries to get a cut, ends up just popping it straight up. And Italian now. Challenge 50-50. One big by Italian there with Bamward. C-Dems just sitting all the way back. Yet again, we saw this tactic employed by Opaque. We're now seeing it by NABAC. They're up 2-0. They don't need the pressure, but now they're only up 2-1 as Bamward gets it over the goalie and just falls right in as we see C-Dems trying to line this up. Bamward getting the perfect read off the backboard and Italian going just a little bit too far to be able to get that save. And now the game is 2-1. It has tightened up, and now you can feel the pressure for NABAC building as they don't want to just give away the lead that they had in the last minute, as they need to win this game to stay in the series. Opaque trying to come back and to get the clean 3-0 sweep, as this ball could be a shot on net. Jordy sends it just over into the corner though. Couldn't get the car angled quite the way that he wanted to. Bamward throws it towards net. C-Dems with a great clear. Jordy D rushing to get back. We're coming up on 10 seconds left. Opaque needing a goal to send it to overtime. But NABAC doing a great job of keep away here. As C-Dems just being annoying to Opaque. And the ball's going to drop right there, giving NABAC their first win of the series. And making sure it does not come into a sweep. Don't call it a comeback for NABAC. They are now down 2-1 in this best of 5. But able to get that first game, you gotta feel the momentum trying to flip back into their side. As after a 7-goal game from Opaque, they came back and held them to just 1. That's gotta feel good for the boys in blue. Opaque, they know they can do it. They just scored a ton of goals, just unable to convert on those opportunities they had this game. Gonna need to get back on that offensive, prowess, that offensive dominance that they've had in the first couple of games that they've had in the summer split, and the first couple of games they had in this series. We've seen it, but on that one they were more on the defensive foot, and you could tell they weren't nearly as comfortable as that game went on, as NABAC just putting it to them, ends up taking that 2-1. But here we are, game number 4. NABAC still in a must-win situation. Getting game number 3 though. And now we see a big booming clear by Bamward. Good job by Italian though, getting it over that attacking member of Opaque. As now Bamward just firing it back. We're seeing the back and forth. You see Opaque just trying it. It's almost like it's what they're focused on is just get the ball to the blue half. Like at all costs, get the ball to the blue half. Okay? Whatever happens at that point happens, but they do not want the ball in their half at any point. They are not, based on these couple of games we've seen, they're not nearly as comfortable on defense as they are on offense. So they're just trying to keep this ball down here and keep the oppression. As Italian gets a nice pop over one, it goes over the second, and C-Dems cleans up the mess. Italian with a nice flick, getting it over one and popping it off the wall. C-Dems with a good follow there, able to get the 1-0 lead just like we saw in game number 3. Are we going to see NABAC be able to pull it off yet again? Italian trying to get a little dribble going, but Jordy D able to pop it out. Italian kicks it over into the corner. Bamward waiting on Jordy D, but a good challenge there by NABAC, by Italian. As the ball comes down to C-Dems. Bamward winning that 50-50 though, going to try to get the next touch. Ends up waiting on it, going to try to get a shot. The ball just dribbling in front of the net, and eventually Jordy D able to put it in. We see from Jordy D just waiting for the traffic to clear, and when it does, taking advantage, getting the back end of the car on that ball, and sending it and tying it up 90 seconds in, 1-1. High flyer, though, in front of Opaque's net, and Italian and Seedham's teaming up to get it yet again. Bamward popping just off the top of his car, and Seedham sending it into that far corner post. Italian coming flying in and squeezing it in, walking it on home, making sure it does not pop out, giving NABAC the 1-goal advantage yet again. Italian getting it over Jordy D, but it goes right to Bamward, who sends it right back to Jordy D. Wasn't quite ready for it. Jordy now going to try to get a pass back to Bamward. Ends up being hit by Seedham's back into the corner, but now it's rolling dangerously above. Bamward going up for a bump. Jordy D going for the shot as the ball just rolls all the way across the top of the goal and falls harmlessly to the other side. Is now Seedham's, and I believe that was Jordy fighting for it on the side. Bamward coming flying in, ends up picking it up across the wall, but then Italian winning the 50-50. That ball's on net. Bamward has to be there for the save, and is. Kicks it all the way down to NABAC's side, where Seedham's returns the favor with the booming clear. Goes for the shot, but Jordy D there for the intercept before any shot came. But Italian flying high sends it just over the top of the box. Seedham's going for a pinch, ends up pinching back the wrong way towards middle. But Italian there for a deflection. Jordy D with the shot, kicks just off the inside post and in. What a cut here by Jordy D. As rolling at the last second, able to get just enough of it, kicks it over to the side, kisses it just off the inside post, and squeezes it on in for the tying 2-2 goal. Bamward getting it past both NABAC players. Jordy D now has an open net but doesn't have any boost, kicks it past one, and Italian able to get back in time. Bamward able to retreat with boost, kicks it back over to the corner, but Italian with a great center gets it all the way, but just too high for Seedham's. Flying for it, trying to get that shot on net. Italian kicking it back into the corner. Jordy D flipping back, has plenty of boost, leaves it there for Bamward though. Bam, back pass over to Jordy, who just fires it towards the net. Ends up being just wide. Seedham's flipped for it and missed it, but Italian coming across, able to kick it over, but then a bump by Jordy and yet another bump, but Italian's already made it back. Good rotation there by Italian to be able to cover his teammate as they were getting bumped all around, and the ball just dribbling in front of their half. Another roll by Jordy. This one goes just high and out. As Bamward now tries to come off the wall, ends up flipping just over the ball. Just dribbling there. Jordy now coming for it as Italian and Seedham's combine for a pinch. Kicks it over to the corner. Jordy now with the demo on Italian, who's going to be spawning here with 33 boosts. A shot opportunity for Jordy D. Ends up sending it back into the corner. Bamward with 12 boosts. Just trying to bang it yet again. Get it to a teammate. But Jordy D, thinking that NABAC was going to get that ball, and just let off a little bit. Goes up for the shot. And then a team bump by NABAC, but not punished for it. Seedham's able to get it to Italian, and that's an open net opportunity. Italian's just going to walk this in and give NABAC the 1-goal advantage with we just eclipsed 30 seconds left to play. An unfortunate miss there by Bamward, and Seedham's passing it up to Italian, able to just walk it in, getting the 1-goal advantage. And just like that, we may be heading into game number 5 if NABAC can hang on for 25 more seconds. Jordy D, though, gonna try and make sure that doesn't happen. Wins a 50-50. That ball's gonna drop and go in. Jordy D does it yet again. Gets it just off of Italian. It kicks off the ceiling. And just like in game number 2, just throw things at net. And it goes in for Opaque. I don't know how they do it. 15 seconds left and we are all tied up yet again. Seedham's tries to kick it off the wall to Italian, who backs off for Bamward at 30 boost, able to get it over the defender. Could be a shot on net, but Jordy D does a good job of kicking it over to the corner. 0 seconds left. We are going into overtime. We're either headed into a game number 5 all tied up, or Opake wins it right here, right now, 3-1. Italian tries to send it towards C-Dems. It's going to roll on back. C-Dems just making sure that he keeps possession. Kicks it into the wall, off the defender. Jordy D sitting back. You can see both teams. You can see the pace has drastically changed from what we saw at the end. Neither team wants to make a mistake at this point. Opake does not want to give the momentum over to NABAC, and NABAC does not want to lose this series to a mistake. Both teams slowing down. Italian, though, picks it up and try and get a pass across to C-Dems. Ends up kicking off the defender. C-Dems and kicks it high off the wall to Italian, who just sends it wide. It's over in the corner now. Italian wins a 50-50. This should be a shot for C-Dems. It is. Bamward rushes back and gets the save at the last second. C-Dems makes him pay for it with the demo, but Bamward will take it at that point. Got the save, and now Jordy D coming flying in, trying to take a shot. Ends up getting it through one defender, but running out of boost. Couldn't get it past C-Dems. Ends up stealing the corner boost and is now trying to get a back pass to a teammate. But C-Dems coming in, getting a double demo. There's nobody left, but Italian couldn't hit the shot. Ends up sending it all the way across. As you know, he was pressing for it. You knew that a defender was just respawning, getting there in absolutely no time. Ends up sending that one just on the top crossbar and down. Doesn't go in, though. And Bamward gets it past C-Dems, but C-Dems rushes back and gets the demo, making sure that nothing happens. Didn't leave his teammate in a 2-on-1 situation. Gets it over one defender. That kicks hard off the ceiling. Ends up popping it just over, and now it's the open net for Bamward. All Bamward has to do is walk it into the goal, and just like that, Opake FC takes the series 3-1 after a 2-minute overtime goal, walking it in after a missed challenge by NABAC, and the open net comes in. GG's all around. What a series. Other than game number 2, all 3 other games were extremely close, but Opake just sneaking out on top. You see there, Bamward only having that 1 goal, but 3 saves coming atop the scoreboard for Opake. Those 3 saves, especially the one in overtime, at the last second, just throwing his car across the net, being able to clutch it out and get that victory. NABAC dropping to 0-2, but compared to, they just played with a 3-0 team now. Nothing to hang their heads on. Was an absolute great series, and we saw them win the 3v3 match earlier this week, so they have a lot of talent and a lot to look forward to. Hopefully we can see them get a win in that column shortly next week. But for now, that is going to do it for this series. Once again, I am Brokefang. I am a community caster for the Indy Gaming League. If you want to know more about the Indy Gaming League, check out the website, check out the Discord. Absolutely great community. I cannot speak highly enough for the people that are in there. There are other community casters casting more than just Rocket League. So if there are any other games that you want to see, check out those community casters, check out the schedules, hop in, get to know the community. And check out those games that are being played. This was week 2 of the summer circuit. If you're interested in playing yourself, once again, hop in, get to know people, and join up. It is 100% free to play in these tournaments, and we will have another circuit in the fall. So hop in, talk around, get to know people, check out the other community casters. It's a great time. You will not be disappointed. I promise you that. But for now, this has been NABAC versus Opake FC in a 2v2 matchup. We are done for the night, and I am done casting for the night as well. We will be back Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern right now in another 2v2 matchup. It is a Tier 4 matchup of Shuriken Green versus White Rice. So if you want to see some more 2v2 matchup, I will be back Saturday. Go ahead and hit that follow button and let you know when I'm back on and live casting some more Rocket League for the Indy Gaming League. But that does it for me tonight. Once again, this is Brokefang. If I don't see y'all later, y'all take care of yourselves and have a great night. Brokefang out.